David, thank you for coming in today to Leigh Town Hall.
That's okay.
Now, you have an interesting story and connection to Leigh Town Hall, so can you tell me what that is, please?
My grandfather used to work and live in the town hall, and when my mother and father married, just after the war, then I was born. They lived in the town hall. I was born living here, but born in Furs maternity home. And came back to live here for 18 months to 2 years before they finally got a council house of their own. So that's my claim to fame.
So the first 2 years of your life were spent here in Leigh Town Hall?
Yeah.
Excellent. And can you tell me a little bit more about your grandfather, your grandmother and your mother? What were their lives?
Well, grandfather, I can't tell you when he started the job here, but for a number of years he was caretaker or mayor's attendant as his job, and the job came with flat, which is up in the roof. That meant that obviously my mother lived here, and when my mother got married they came to live here, and then, like I've already said, I was born.
And what was your grandfather like? What do you remember about him?
I remember him, I wouldn't say I was afraid of him. I don't think I was afraid of him. He was very strict, he was a captain in the army, so that did spill over a little bit. He did look after me one little bit, that my mother was ill for a while. Not while we lived here, this is while we were at the council house. My mother was ill. She had to go into Billinge for a week or a fortnight. My father was working, and obviously someone had to pick me up from school, which was Hindley Green at the time. Apparently they changed schools for me, and I went to a school in Windermere Road. After school, at the end of school, my grandfather used to come across from the town hall, pick me up from the school across the square, bring me back here until my father could pick me up. And one thing I do remember of that is my father had a bike, not a motorbike, a pedal bike, and he used to put a cushion on the crossbar for me to sit on while he rode from here to Wigan Road. And I can remember that was hard, but that seems to be a memory of life here anyhow.
And when you used to come here to Leigh Town Hall, did you think you were coming to visit Grandma and Grandad in their house, essentially?
Yeah, I did, up till a very early age of 7. Mainly visiting while my mother was shopping, that sort of thing. I can't remember coming for tea, or evening meals or things like that. That's not there. But we see Grandma and Grandad.
And what was life like for your grandparents and your mum living here from the 1930s up to the 1950s? Are there any stories they told you or anything that stands out? Any memories?
The stories that when my mother was a young girl, she'd met my father at a dance in Leigh somewhere, and my father, I nearly said in those days, but all his life worked for BRCC, Calendars Cables. He used to live in Union Street, so every time at night after work, he would walk through Market Street, past the town hall, and my mother would be stood at one of the windows, waving to him, thinking that her parents didn't know anything about it. Of course they did. So I think they had a decent life here. Yeah.
And what kind of work would your grandfather have done as acting as a mayor's attendant and a town hall keeper? Do you know what kind of duties he would have?
He used to do duties for the mayor as a mayor's attendant. He would organise, from memory, well, not from memory, from what I was told, but he used to organise cars, the official mayor's car, stuff like, things like that. Hold the door open and closed. And he would go with the mayor to whatever, just making sure everything was right through the visit or whatever the occasion was. Caretaker, I assume he just made sure the place was safe, locked up, clean. That is something I've learned, that he was caretaker in recent years. So I don't know a lot about that. To me, it was always the mayor's attendant or mayor's officer. And
you've got a brilliant collection which you've now donated here to the archives of some of the events that he took part in as well during his time here. Do you have any standout memories of coming here to Leigh Town Hall? Anything that stands out in your mind?
Yes. One thing which every week my mother would come shopping in Leigh, and I would be with her. And during that shop, we'd visit my grandfather in his office next to the front door of the town hall. And we stayed there, and he always had an apple on his desk waiting for me. And I used to think, how did he know I was coming to give me the apple? How did he know we were coming? The fact that it was the same day every week, that's a different matter.
And as a child coming here, did you get to go behind the scenes or play anywhere in the building?
Yeah. I used to play in the long corridor of the flat. I wasn't allowed out of the flat, not very often. But I have slid down a banister of the stairwell in the main entrance. Got told off for that. Got in trouble.
You fulfilled the wishes of all council workers here today of sliding down the banister. You're the one person who's probably been able to do it. Some of these items that we've got here are very personal from the different mayors of Leigh to your grandfather.
Yes.
Did he have a good relationship with the different men who held?
I assume so. Some of these, like that for instance, it's to my officer Bob. It's very complimentary from the work my grandfather did for them. The same with this particular letter here. So I'm presuming that, yes, he did have a good relationship. Yeah.
And they say some very nice things. I don't know if you want to... There's a very nice sentence in that where he compliments your grandfather's character.
That's nice.
It's nice to see that.
It is nice to see that,
yes,
yeah.
And it's nice that your family have kept these items as well.
My mother kept everything. There was, after she passed away in 2016, there was a suitcase full of things like this and birthday cards. Every birthday card I had and Christmas card from being a child. She kept them. So she just couldn't throw things away. I unfortunately had to. I couldn't keep them all, but this is basically what was left.
It's a beautiful collection. And so when you come to Leigh Town Hall today and you're passing by, or like today you've got to come inside, how does it feel now? What does Leigh Town Hall mean to you today?
I wish I could say it's like going home, but to me, it's a symbol of Leigh, how it used to be. And it's nice to see that it is being used for the archives. Delighted to see the rooms are set out as they were, that mayor's parlour and the chamber, things like that. So it is nice. It's a place that they should never, ever get rid of. Including the windows, the artwork. It's history. It's history,
and it's your personal history as well.
Well, it is my personal history as well, yeah. And my sons, who have suddenly taken an interest in this, who I tried showing them the photographs at home. They didn't want to know. And now they are taking an interest, so it's awoken that for them. So
thank you, and thank you for coming in, chatting with us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'm delighted this is being used. I'm really thrilled that it's all now catalogued in here. That's good.